Hello everyone, and welcome back to another great super cool radio interview. I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before I start talking about my guests, just a quick reminder to thumbs up this video and make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any super cool content. My guests will be joining me momentarily. They're an awesome hard rock band from Wisconsin. They've appeared on the podcast 3 times before. They're my good friends, the Almas. Very recently, they released an absolutely amazing new single entitled Cage. They also filmed a sweet-looking music video as well. We'll be talking about the new single Cage, writing and recording the single, filming the music video, what food they eat, and so much more. We got a lot to talk about in this interview, so let's dive in. Super Cool Radio! Before we jump into the show, I want to tell you about our merch store on Threadless. Shop a wide variety of logos with multiple colors and sizes available for each design. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps us continue to make killer content like this episode. Please visit supercoolradio.threadless.com or the link in the description to shop now. My guests this time making their 4th appearance here on Super Cool Radio. They just released an awesome new single entitled Cage. Please welcome my friends, the Almas.
Hey, Matt. Good
thanks for having us.
Very nice to see you guys. It's been almost a year since I've seen you guys, which is too long. So it's nice to have you guys back on.
Right?
Agreed,
no, it's great
man.
to see your face.
So before we jump into, I know we got to talk about the new single, the EP, all of that. Before we do, I interviewed the Rumors back in June. They really want to tour with you guys. Somebody make that happen. Do something to make that happen.
Right?
Dude, we've been talking about it for like a year and a half.
It's been insane.
Mm-hmm.
Just their schedule versus ours just hasn't been aligning. And when it does, Arnella has another baby. So
Yep.
Yeah, or 2020 happened. We
Yeah,
were supposed to go out to
or,
the West Coast with them, and that didn't happen.
or something occurred that year, but
It will happen.
it'll happen.
Well,
We'll make sure of it.
It better happen at some point because I definitely want to see it, and I know the whole world wants to see it, so it better happen.
I know. We even have tour name ideas, and
Mm-hmm.
That's what they
It'll be
said too. Yeah.
it'll be epic.
Yeah, the Sloppy Seconds tour.
Sloppy seconds.
And I think the band Sloppy Seconds might get you a copyright strike for that. On to a bigger matter at hand. Going back to our last interview, Crystal, are your kids in Sims? Are they still alive?
I don't know. I haven't checked on them.
So
That is not a
that
good
means
response.
dead.
Good if it's what's that little game that everybody had back in the day. I
Neopets.
never. What is it?
Neopets?
Neopets. Luckily, Sims isn't like Neopets, or they would be like dead 5 million times over. I think if I just like log back into the game, I did have my kid taken away from me. So I just had to like reload the last save, and then it was fine. I just had to feed him on time, and it would be okay.
Well, I'm glad you were able to remedy that and you got your kids back.
Mhm.
That you
Cheating
know
the
of.
system always works.
True, that's very true. All right, so last fun question, then we have to get into all the serious stuff we have to talk about that I was told I have to talk about by me. So, I did ask Lines of Loyalty this question, so I'm going to ask you a very similar question.
All right.
Who's the best driver out of all of you?
The
Frank.
only driver.
Frank is
He's the only
one.
driver. We're kind of, but there's 4 of us, but there's only one option to pick from. So by default, Frank is the best driver.
Very good.
Otherwise, I would say Andrew's pretty good. Like, he refuses to speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good. Josh likes to get up to speed in like a split second, so our engine doesn't like him very much. And the last time I really drove, we hit black ice in the winter of Montana. So I don't drive anymore. That was my first time hitting black ice, my last time hitting black ice.
I mean, the last time I drove, I hit a deer, so I don't think my time's any better.
Yeah, we try and forget about that though.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that, but now I do.
So
Yeah.
Frank's the best driver.
Yeah.
Well, see that's good to know. Lines of Loyalty had Lines of Loyalty decided Shane was the best driver, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know that any of them drove.
Well, sorry, Shane declared he was the best driver, and
Okay.
Rito and Glenn said it was Tammy, which I believe more.
It's Tammy.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
Tammy.
yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Not just because she's my mom, but she's definitely the better driver.
But yeah, unless you talk to Shane, then he says he's the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So now, all the fun stuff out of the way, we have to get down to super serious business here on Super Cool Radio. You guys released a brand new single entitled Cage along with a music video. So
Yes,
before we
sir.
start talking about the EP, how was the writing and recording Cage? Because this, like, to me, feels like a next like evolution for the Almas.
To say that we started off that studio process having like a smidge of a meltdown is an understatement. We came into the whole process knowing that this is a new place, this is a new way of writing, a new way of recording, and we tried as best as we could to prepare ourselves for it, but we still got whiplash even though we were trying really hard.
Yeah.
But it was probably the best experience of our lives though.
Yeah, we went in there with the idea of because we're always writing our own little box, and we wanted to get out of the box, and we pretty much said, producer, take what we're doing and make it better. And basically, we went in with 5 songs, and we left using 1.5 of them, and we used just segments of the songs, Cage actually being the very last song that we recorded. I think we had 2 days left in the studio aside from drums. So in that time is when we wrote Cage. So, yeah.
Right on. No, definitely what I've noticed, especially with listening to the EP, listening to Cage, is it definitely feels like you guys are stepping into like the next step of your guys' sound. It's kind of changed up a little bit, getting a little more, I would say a little bit more aggressive, almost borderline metal, but still in the hard rock genre.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of, we obviously never used programming really before. So with this record, we wanted the whole production. We wanted the wub-wubs and the bass drops. That's what people come to expect. And after seeing how it's done in the studio and how we can actually do it live, with still being true to ourselves, it was like, full steam ahead. Let's do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is basically the only criteria we went in was saying, at the end of the day, if we took all that programming out, do we still have a rock song? And
Yeah.
yes, we do. Because
Do we
it's
have
still,
heavy riffy guitars?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we don't need any of that. We got the riffs.
Yeah, luckily Kyle Odell is a very guitar-driven producer, so he's a guitarist himself. So he took us on, and he was like, "We can absolutely give you guys some riffs. Like we can keep those riffs in there, and we won't change that."
Oh, definitely. Even throughout the whole, like all of the songs, that's what I really noticed was the guitar riffs through each of the songs. They sounded amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. And,
I appreciate it.
yeah, the other thing too is a lot of times in the studio, they'll use Kempers and amp modelers, but still these are real amps. Those are still our amps that you see out on the road. So I think that was cool. Maybe some of the harmonies and stuff were done with the Kemper, but the main core of the riff was still true tube amps. It's cranked to 11.
Yes, it has to be louder than 10.
No.
Yeah,
They are loud.
they are loud. So
Even better than 12 is better than 11.
It is.
Yep.
Last time I checked, I don't know, I wasn't that great at math. So, for anyone who hasn't checked out the new single Cage, what can they expect musically and lyrically?
riffs.
Yeah. Heavy guitars.
Yeah. This is by far the most different song of ours. This was a song that really pushed the envelope for the band. So if you can stomach this, you can stomach the rest of the EP. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
No, it's the most modern sounding. It's hard hitting, heavy riffs.
real pretty bridge part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part of the song.
Nice. That's
So.
good way of describing it. All of it.
The twinkly part of the song.
But no, that part is I definitely I really enjoyed it because like it was a little like first listening to it it was unexpected for that to happen. So I definitely enjoyed it.
Good.
It was kind of the
Thank
point
you.
too. It was, I think, for me in studio, a little shocking, in a way, to like hear that and be like, "Oh my God, that's my band. That's so cool," But I love it.
Yeah, and the lyrical content of the song is all based around the struggle of addiction and, the back and forth pull of trying to get out of the addiction and falling right back into it. And that part of the song specifically is to represent the clarity of being out of that addiction and kind of like hoping to continue on that path. That the beauty, the peace, and then getting slammed right back into the storm that you're in. And so we wanted the music video to also reflect that. And we hope that we did that part justice in there as well.
We've always tried to write pretty universally, even though we have our own meaning behind the songs themselves. It's whatever you take from it. We try to write broad enough where you can make up whatever story you want behind it. Song's for you,
Yeah. It can be as generic as a breakup song if you really wanted it to be.
But it is really cool with you guys to the song and especially the lyrics behind the song. They're definitely more mature.
Thank you.
As I've been following you guys for a few years, I can see like you're dealing with more serious and heavier topics in your songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, during the studio was a real trying time too for the band. So we definitely encompass some of that into the songs as well, because at the end of the day, the songs come from true feelings, and as we progress in our lives, things get harder. We deal with a lot more. We're more aware of things in our lives, and so it is.
I know I got you. You didn't leave me much for a transition, but that's okay. But I did want to talk about since you did mention the music video for Cage. It looked really awesome. How was it filming it?
Hell.
Cold.
Awesome. I loved it.
Cold as fuck.
It was fun.
That was
was cold.
a very diverse set of answers.
So we started at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I think we might have left there around 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So the 10 a.m. start time, I want to say like around 11 or noon was like the warmest that day, and it was maybe 42 degrees. We used real water. We used as minimalistic effects as we possibly could. I think that scene with the eyeball going from the bridge into the final chorus was the only effect that we did. We didn't even use transitions in the music video. He said that the way the lighting worked, that it just made a flawless transition. So like there was barely any effects or editing really put onto it. And that was my favorite part. The least favorite part was how cold it was doing all the water. Because no effects means we actually had to really perform in rain, and it was freezing cold.
It was snowing outside.
Yeah, it was the first snowfall in Minnesota.
Yeah, we were in a warehouse, and we had to stage it. So we did all the dry shots first, and then we dumped water on each other, but the stage or the performance area was still dry. So we were wet. The instruments, everything were still dry. And then we had to build a water holding
Pool.
Like a
water
pond.
pool.
Yeah.
And then put the rain machine up and everything. So it was a very long day.
Yeah.
And it originally started because we had to program lights. We had to sync it to the song. And so I was sitting there programming for at least half the day and just talking it out. So when we finally got to it, everything was going to be smooth. And so it was a process, but it was definitely the biggest and most elaborate production we've ever done. I think, Cash Encounter, we had a big LED wall, which is badass. But like I said, this one was just doing the old school effects, and really seeing the production side of what a music video can do and how it's done is really, really cool. And that we're going to keep doing that with the music videos coming up. The productions are going to be bigger and better. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a whole new leaf, just like the
Bigger, better, badder.
yeah, just like the EP. You know, we tried different things. We went a different route. Same with the music video.
And if you wanted to see what it was like to film that, we actually just posted a behind the scenes video on our YouTube. My wife was there and she shot all the video and threw together a video for us, and we just put it out last week, I think.
Yeah.
So.
It gave us mad PTSD
Yeah.
in a good way, but also like I was cold watching them
Yeah.
in the scene.
It's worth the watch, though.
Yeah, you can see how we, what it looks like, for, on the set, and then us being goofy too. So
Yeah.
you get a little bit of everything.
And I love that it captures Frank in his natural element outside of being
Grumpy.
serious all the time.
Well,
A lot of the time.
I'll leave both links to the music video and behind the scenes in the description of the podcast as well. Frank, did you have a sleeveless shirt on during that whole time?
Yep. Matter of fact,
in it.
yeah, it was sleeveless, and it was all ripped up and everything too.
Yeah, he let me take a really sharp knife to him while he was wearing the shirt.
Yep. And it was a mesh shirt too, so it didn't do anything.
Yeah, so it was a see-through cut-up shirt.
Mesh shirt.
So
Sleeveless.
it was as like nothing as possible for
Yep.
him.
In typical fashion.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter function as long as it looks cool.
Yep.
Exactly. Still wearing a sleeveless here too. So.
Honestly, that was my next
Yeah,
question.
see.
Well, that's good. I'm glad the trend continues.
Yes.
But it is funny. I've interviewed Crash Karma and Bourbon House, and they both had like music videos involving water, and they always said like the water it was always cold. So I'm glad that also continues with you guys as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't learned. Just like I don't think any musician has ever been smart enough to just go into a heated pool and shoot the music video there. Someone needs to do it. It's just
I'm sure someone
break
has,
the trend of being frozen in water.
Yeah, it was cold.
It will break the trend for independent bands. I'm sure, like a lot of the, the ones actually, the huge, like signed to a label, and those bands they probably have
real water.
Yeah, it's probably just all like CGI'd in anyway.
Right. Probably.
Yeah.
Right? They've got the budget for it. We have to actually lay in a pool.
Yeah, you guys are more hardcore. You use actual water.
Yeah, oh boy.
Analog water.
True, buddy.
Yeah, I mean,
My
maybe,
tone.
maybe when you guys get to that level, use the analog water or the CGI water.
Always.
It's still going to be analog water.
Yeah.
Dude.
Analog,
Forever.
Yeah.
gonna have static in it. All right. So getting back on track while we're talking about music videos and water, I did want to talk about the new EP, which I have right here.
Oh, number 47.
That's right. So you obviously got the new EP that you released the physical copy of it before it hits the digital side. But you also got a really cool campaign going for it. Can you guys expand on the campaign?
Yes. So we are running a campaign to raise money to promote our new song, Cage. Basically, we're raising money so we can do a radio campaign. And I have a video on our website that explains all of this, but I'll do the brief version. Basically, if you're going to run a radio campaign like on media-based stations, like the big stations, you're talking a $30,000 budget, if not more. I've heard some bands put $100,000 into it. For what? You can have the clout of saying I'm on the radio, and yes, it does help the band's exposure, but it's unrealistic, especially if you're an independent band like ourselves. And we're always about helping the little people too. So our idea was that we wanted our radio campaign to be funded by the fans and only the fans, not by ourselves. Because the truth is, I could take out a loan and then we could do it. But we don't want to do it that way. And so for a $50 donation, you get the EP early. One of a kind, there's only 100 of them. It's a special edition. We will not have that EP ever again printed like that. It's just going to be a basic, EP sleeve CD thing. And it will be digital, Spotify and everything too. But the real reason we're raising money is not only do you help us promote our song to radio stations, but we also support smaller radio stations. like yourself, we want to make sure that we get that whoever does spin our song, we want to make sure we get interviews with them to promote the shows when we go into that that radio station's area. You know, not only do we support the local radio station by promoting it on our page, on our social media, but we also promote the smaller venue because radio stations like you are more likely to promote smaller bands, the locals, and the local venue, which you support. So that's where we're playing. I'm not playing in the big stadiums yet, so why do I want to hit a station that promotes that? I want to promote the little guy because that's where we're playing. It's all about the little guy. That's how all these big stations and all these big bands got to where they were, was because of the little people. So we just want to give back and do the same thing. We want to build everybody up.
No, definitely. I really like you guys' approach to it, and especially, you know, obviously, I really enjoy what you guys are doing. Not just like for me, but also for all the stations you guys interact with. You know, it helps. You build everybody up, everybody moves up. It's, you know, that simple.
Yep.
Absolutely.
For sure, but definitely I'll leave a link for also you guys' the store with the EP as well in the description of this podcast as well. Now, I do got a few fun questions before we start wrapping up. So for you guys, I know you guys tour very extensively. I think you said like 90 to 150 shows a year.
That's not enough.
That's true. That's true. You got to be pushing 300 soon.
I hope so.
Ooh, 65 days off. Woo!
Let's do it.
Yeah,
That's studio time.
exactly. Yeah, you got your 65 days of studio, you know, to get the studio work done, and then you're back on the road. It's that simple.
Yeah, it's studio, recording music videos, maybe seeing our families for birthdays and miscellaneous holidays.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's it.
But before we get to this, you know, obviously, I do hope you guys obviously do this as a living, touring and recording music videos and all of that. But I do have a fun question where I was going with this. What is the best life hack you've learned through touring?
Huh.
Okay. I get a few.
Dude showers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude showers.
The Dude brand Dude showers, they're just giant wipes. And they're perfect for, you know, you haven't had a shower in 3-4 days, something like that. You know, start at the face, go down everywhere, and it really freshens you up.
Yeah. And they're like super soaked too. You can wring them out.
And
so
really thick too.
It's
They don't
literally
fall
like a
apart
shower.
or anything. They're
and it works.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, and to go along with that, sink showers.
Yeah.
Be that weirdo in a Walmart or a truck stop, gas station, or at the venue if they have warm running water preferred. But yeah, just shampoo and condition, bring a towel in and go for it. Because the Dude showers only really helps with your body. So your hair needs some love too.
So you combine the two and you got, you know, full shower.
Yeah, that's the poor man's way, like poor man's way of showering properly on the road.
I think the biggest tour hack that I found was being able to eat a meal for like $3.
Yeah.
So you get like 2 cans of chicken, and then you get a bag of rice that you can microwave. So we have a microwave in the van, so that works. Or you can go to a gas station and use their microwave. But it's a pouch of you just heat up the rice, so heat that shit up, and then just throw the chicken in there, and then you buy a little package of seasoning, season that shit up. Oh man, super good meal.
Put it on tortillas.
Yep, tortillas.
And only for $3.
I still eat like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it's and that's how we survive, man. $3 meals, heat them up, and actually because it's chock full of protein, you just got to watch the sodium, which it's fine as long as you drink tons of water and everything else, and that's what we eat. Breakfast bars in the morning, that stuff.
Canned peaches.
Fuck tons of Red Bull.
Yeah, fruit.
And fruit.
We do fruit.
We do fruit.
We do fruit.
So you can live out on the road and cheaply. So
Yes.
I was gonna make a recipe book about how to shit you can cook on the road in a microwave, even without a microwave. We figured it out.
That seems like an extensive title, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's in works. It's in the works.
Yeah.
It's
You should just leave that title length. Just have it be like the whole cover.
Yeah, it's gonna only have 2
Yes.
recipes in it, but yeah.
You might need to work on a third one.
Okay.
At least
I'll
one
start.
more.
All right. Well, you got this whole year to think of it. So
That's true. Although the fajita beef, that's my favorite.
You have to split it with like 3 people though,
Yeah.
because the fajita beef cans only come in like a can this thick,
Huge.
gigantic.
So yeah.
We tried splitting one, just us 2, and I was like, "Can you finish this?" And he's like,
Fajita,
"I don't want to
yeah.
finish mine."
Fajita beef with chipotle sauce and Mexican rice in a tortilla. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You're living like a king.
Or you could be like Josh and just eat Easy Mac every day.
Hey, I put my canned chicken in there too, so I got some. Of that
And
first.
Reese's.
Oh, I'm a whore for Reese's.
Wait,
And Sour
Mac?
Patch Kids.
Okay.
Not in the
No,
Mac.
not in
no,
the
I'm
Mac.
not
Okay.
a-
All right.
This
You
is
look
just his
confirmed.
3-course meal.
Yeah, I'm
You
not-
look
He
so
wakes up.
disgusted, Matt.
No, he wakes up, he hits his vape, he eats some gummies for like Sour Patch Kids or something. Then he'll have like his breakfast of like Doritos.
No, I have a
Uh,
breakfast bar and some fruit. I'm a good boy. now.
Okay, and then he'll follow up with Doritos. And then for lunch, he'll have Easy Mac. And then Frank told him that he was going to be in trouble if he didn't put protein in it. So then he started
Chicken in
putting
there.
chicken in it.
Yeah, with Chipotle.
And
sauce.
then
Yeah.
he would follow up with nightly snack of refrigerated Reese's peanut butter
Yeah.
cups.
Refrigerated is the best.
That is how
Honestly-
not to eat on tour, but Josh does it anyway.
That sounds like a meal of champions right there.
Yeah,
He's at least happy.
Yeah.
better than
The rest of us are
McDonald's
sad.
and-
So.
yeah, better than McDonald's and Wendy's and
Yeah,
Wendy's every day. That was
It's expensive.
That
it's
too.
too
Yeah.
much.
It's too expensive.
yeah.
All right. Well, I was going to lead into another question like this, but you guys kind of already talked about what you guys eat. But I will, instead of on tour, we'll talk about this question, which I'm not really sure where I got it from, but you guys might know. What are 3 things that are guaranteed to be in your fridge at home?
Let's see. Red Bull.
Yep.
Red Bull's guaranteed.
Leftover pizza time.
Yes, leftover pizza time box.
Yep.
With probably like 3 slices of pizza left.
There's 2 left. I ate 3 of them yesterday.
Okay, there's 2 slices left in our fridge right now.
Got to keep a count going.
I need to know.
And mule kick or mule sauce, whatever. We order our stickers from Sticker Mule, and every time you place an order, they after a certain amount, they send you like free hot sauce.
So we have like
and-
4 bottles.
Yeah, there's 4 of
Yeah.
those suckers in our
And
fridge.
it's hot too, man. Like I like hot stuff, but damn, can't enjoy it.
No eggs, no milk, just pizza time leftovers.
Yeah. Well, my fridge, I have like 10 different hot sauces because we love hot sauce.
Well, that's all 3 of your options right
I
there.
know, right? I
We'll
think it's one.
consolidate that to one.
Yeah, like miscellaneous hot sauce. Okay.
Other than that, definitely Brandy loves cherry Coke. So it's
Okay.
definitely cherry Coke.
What about your
I-
adult college version of your little stash you have?
Oh, my Capri Suns. And my Reese's. My fridge is one of those cool ones with like the glass door on the front, and then it's got like the outside door that you open. And at the very bottom, there's a perfect shelf for Reese's. And then on one of the other shelves is Capri Sun. But I was going to say peach sweet tea is my other one.
Oh.
Has to be in my fridge. Yeah.
I like that.
Andrew?
Rice, water, and eggs. I'm really boring.
Man, dude. All right. Not
Oh,
gonna
you're
hate.
just the healthy one.
Yeah, that was a great way to stay in shape.
Right.
All right. What I recently tried, because like my cousin bought me like 12 days of hot sauce for like the 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, that's
And,
cool.
Yeah, and it was one that I really enjoyed was a garlic hot sauce, and it just tasted like hot garlic, and it was awesome. And so now I got to buy more of that.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds bomb.
That's cool.
There's a bacon one I really like. I put on like all my breakfast sandwiches.
Mm.
Awesome.
Garlic though.
I don't do spicy stuff. I can't handle it. I did the last time I did spicy stuff was in the studio because I wanted to be a part of the community.
Yep.
Because Kyle has this thing where whenever he has like what is it, writer's block or whatever. He's like, you know what? I need something to spice up my creativity. He'll take out Da Bomb hot sauce and put a little dab on like a chip or something and eat it, and it'll clear all your sinuses. Anything that is wrong with you will be fixed with this hot sauce. It doesn't taste good.
It's just pain.
And so throughout the studio, Kyle was sharing with the guys because they all eat hot things, and I'm the wimp. So once vocals were done, I told them that I would partake on like a little cheese puff that we had in there. So I was like, all right, we'll take a little bit. I forgot to swallow it because I was so scared, and it just sat in my mouth. My tongue was numb for like 45 minutes, and it took me probably like 7 to 10 minutes to actually like swallow the cheese puff with it because I was so scared. I made it worse for myself. So
You handled it well, though.
I was very surprised
was dead
well
on
you
the
handled it.
inside. I was hiding it so well. I had to be a champ.
Andrew nearly died on it.
I poured way too much.
Yeah, Andrew dumped some on. You're supposed to just dab it. Well, he accidentally dumped it, and it was like one of the Doritos that has a swirl, so there's no really getting it out. It went into the swirl.
It
It was a puddle of the bomb hot sauce.
And
You
he
need
was-
like a pea-sized little drop, but he had a puddle of it.
What did you say in the video?
Everybody shut the fuck up.
No, yeah, language. Oh. No, at first, like before he took it though, I think he was just like, well, this is going to be a mistake, and then popped it in his mouth.
we have a video, and you can see it. He's like sitting there, and all thing you can see like the life leave him.
Yeah, you saw his
And he
soul
goes,
leave his body.
Oh fuck! You can see that on his face. It's awesome. It's true.
Sounds like a great experience.
Oh gosh.
All right. Well, I got one more question before we wrap up this interview. I'm surprised I've interviewed you guys 4 times, and I don't think I've asked you this question. If I do, I apologize. But what is your favorite song to perform live?
Ooh, well, if you have, we have a new one to say now. So
Good.
I think in unison we can all say 1, 2.
I'm not saying it in unison.
It's Burnout. We
Yeah,
all
Burnout.
really like playing the song Burnout live. It's just fun.
Which you heard it first on Super Cool Radio. That's our next single.
Awesome.
So
Super cool exclusive.
yeah,
Done.
super cool.
Well, I'm glad you guys are all in unison with that. That made that question go a lot quicker.
I was gonna say something different because like we started playing another one, and like,
Yeah.
I really like that song.
That's my
I like
least
Lifeline
favorite.
too. That one's got a really cool riff and it's fun. But Burnout is still my favorite.
Burnout
Yeah.
fucks.
Lifeline.
I like
Hard.
porcelain, personally.
Porcelain.
Porcelain.
I didn't want to
Oh.
say anything.
I
Bring it
really
back
like
from the dead.
Posion, yeah.
Poison.
We have a
Deja
request
vu.
to play Poison on an upcoming show.
Too damn bad.
Is it poison or poison? Did they
It's
spell it correctly?
Poison, but
It's now.
so what happened? Well, it's still wrong actually.
No, on the new
So,
ones it's fixed.
It's a new. I
Oh,
fixed
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it took us
Yeah.
3 orders of CDs to make it right
Yep.
because we did a reorder and they used the previous order's artwork
Yep.
on the new order. So then, but okay, so now it's fixed. I haven't taken a look at that. I'm
Yes.
See,
finally, after all this time.
But the point is that none of us should be proofreaders.
Yeah, we need somebody to proofread us because Frank was the one that was typing it up and everything was good. That one, there was like a little dyslexia that happened and he was like, hey, take a look at this. So I said, yeah, that looks great. The band then we sent it to and we're like, hey, check this for us. Thumbs up of approval. Our manager at the time, thumbs up, approval. We got it printed. We got it back. And it said Posion.
Yeah.
So
I
And
wasn't in the band, so
yeah, so our
It
team
also-
at the time all sucked.
It
at
also
spelling.
said instead of mastered by, it said mastered.
That's right. Mastered.
Mastered.
now you just guys making up words now.
Yeah.
We are.
Dude, why
but
not?
hey, that's going to be worth something one day.
Mhm.
That's true. You're gonna get like the error, like baseball cards and whatever vinyl. See, almost
the misprinted penny. That's our misprinted penny.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, I'm sure in the next 5 years it's gonna be worth tons of dollars, and I'm going to sell it then.
Better.
Okay, I actually got to make sure. I don't know which one I have. I haven't looked at it yet. I bought it. The second interview? So that was 2021. I don't know.
It's probably still wrong.
It's probably still wrong.
Awesome.
It was
It's probably
just
still
fixed
wrong.
recently.
Yeah,
The most recent order.
that was a 2018 release, and it wasn't till probably
It's 21 or 22.
end
Last
of
year.
21, beginning 22 that we fixed it.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna have to check mine now and go. Yes, this will be worth money eventually. Well, before I start going to my wacky schemes to make money, I'm going to wrap up this interview. But I do got one more thing. And 2023 has just started. We just got into February. What does the rest of 2023 look like for the Almas?
Tours, Rockfest, tours,
Pretty much.
Rock to Stop 22, tours, maybe studio.
Yep. Music, single music video, another single, release the EP, 3 more music videos. Yeah. So
We're gonna be busy.
It's a lot. I think we're touring in March, touring in April, touring in June, touring in July, maybe July.
Yeah.
August, hopefully Alaska.
Yeah.
So yeah, we at least have 5 or 6 tours.
September's my
To date.
birthday, so I demand it's a tour.
So yeah, we're booked up into September already. Yeah.
I like how every
It's
time
great.
I ask you guys that question, it's very much the same of making music, touring.
Yeah.
What else are you supposed to do when you're in a band, dude?
Fair point.
We're one of those IRL bands
What's that stand for?
in real life.
I'm too old. to even know what that means.
Although we are trying our hand at TikTok, so maybe TikTok will help us. Who knows? But
There's no hope for Frank.
there's no hope for Frank. But
No.
he's accidentally hilarious, and so that he at least has working for
I'm
him.
gonna make a TikTok tomorrow at work though. I do have plans to do.
All right. Well, best of luck with that.
Yeah, I think that'll be
I love the
horrible.
faith that it sounded you had.
Thanks.
Best of luck with that.
I'm gonna make the best damn TikTok on the planet. Sweet transitions. Where
Whoa.
I do one of them shirt things.
You gotta do
and
the
all of a sudden I'm
renegade
like in a
dance.
bikini and people are gonna be like.
You got to do the renegade
You
dance.
gotta do the one where you accidentally forget to put it on, but the camera doesn't show anything, and you're like, "Whoa!"
Oh, that's a good one too. Okay, I'll think.
I'll watch that one.
Andrew's like, "I'll help you film it."
Sweet.
No.
Well, you guys got some very exciting plans. I don't really. I just have to see when I film my stuff. Like I don't know like if anyone realizes this. I write scripts for not my interviews, but my the other shows I do, and I suck at reading scripts. It's like I wrote this and I still don't know what I'm going for.
I
What was
feel
I
that.
trying to convey? Yeah.
So then I just wind up just for just whatever I just have. Okay, this is my idea. I'll just run with that. And then I was like, that sounded better what I wrote, but I can't read it, so that's all right. So I'm gonna eventually, hopefully, get better at reading. I don't know, maybe. But anyway, always a great time hanging out with you guys. I do hope to rock out with you guys, hopefully sometime this year, because I definitely have been missing it for almost the last 11 months since I haven't seen you.
I know we
Yeah.
miss you.
Yeah, we
It's
got a
great to
whole-
see
yeah.
your face here, but we want to see your face
Yeah.
in real life.
We got a whole new show. We're playing all the new songs. Yeah, we switched up a lot for the stage. So
Good. Well, you got a plan for when you rock out on Mars.
Yes. Yes, I forgot about that. Damn it, we're doing that
I'm
this
gonna
year
call
too.
Elon tomorrow.
No, don't say that.
Going to Mars.
Let's stay.
Next stop,
let's-
Pluto.
Let's
Fools.
start with Alaska and
Nope.
move to Europe, and then maybe Asia, and then
And then Mars.
Crystal, that sounds too reasonable.
I know. It's just I don't
You're
have
supposed-
the dreamer's mind yet.
Yeah. You're supposed to be going local clubs, Mars. No in between.
Yeah.
Mom's
Skipping it.
basement, Mars.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, I will. Well, Frank said you'll be this year, so it better happen.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a Photoshop.
He's gonna hold us.
I'm
to
gonna
it.
Photoshop us on Mars, and just. It'd
Well,
be
don't
really
tell
shit.
him that.
Be like, look,
Oh.
Matt, we made
We're
it.
gonna actually play on Mars. We're not gonna Photoshop an image to show you proof.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
we're
we'll
gonna
do that.
play Mars.
I
I'm
hope
gonna
that
work on
happens
tonight.
tonight. All right, we'll work on that. All right.
We'll work on that.
Before we get too off and promising stuff that we may or may not be able to produce, I'm going to wrap up this interview, but always a great time hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by Super Cool Radio. All links for the Almas are in the description of this podcast. For Josh, Crystal, Frank, and Andrew of the Almas, I'm your host, as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.